Boyd's kicked a goal. Boyd's kicked a goal from inside the centre. Fuck.
Takes the lead. Looks a winner. Draws away from Graham and Mary. This is a famous victory.
17 seconds from Game 7 or Championship number 6. Jordan. Open. Chicago with the lead.
Cox throws it on the left. One last roll of the dice. For the Eagles, Leo Barry, you star! I'm erect. Oh, yeah, boys.
Oh,
That is good
broadcasting.
Good broadcasting. All right, Sarge, we are back on the Patreon, and we've got another episode of Good Broadcasting.
And, very special episode. This is, I'll tell you the backstory with this one. A very good mate, Troy Kinne. He was, nowadays, anyone with an iPhone can become
make a movie, make a porn.
Back in the day, Troy Kinne, he was about the only guy getting around that could edit stuff without going all professional editor. And geez, he was good. And one day he said to me, Tom, I'll make you a show reel.
Sizzle reel.
You need a show reel, Tommy. He said. I said, mate, if you could make it for me, that'd be sensational. So he did this one for me. So this is Troy's doing. It's the problem with this sort of shit is it's on. It probably needs to be revamped slightly.
Well, I think back then the video cameras, and I've noticed it from, I made a documentary for East Ringwood Footy Club back in 2006, and it's on the shitty video cameras. It's all grainy. It's like the Kate Ritchie. Were you going there, or were you going somewhere else with?
No. I was just saying. Well, a lot of it makes me physically sick.
Is it just looking at yourself?
I think the quality is pretty shit. No, not quality of the editing or recording,
Jokes.
the quality of the material and the acting and the performing. Like, I think, because that's what you worry about YouTube, because these days it's so easy to Google someone. So if someone says, oh, look, I know Des Dowling quite often will throw 3 or 4 names up, and he'll say, Tommy, I've put you up for a gig, rah-rah, and you're up against the Dave O'Neills and these guys.
On, comedy festival galas where it's professionally shot in front of 2,000 people.
Correct.
And it goes to Tom Siegert, who you've got some real stinkers on YouTube. I think.
Oh, and you can't get them off.
You can't.
You can't get them off. So because it's just luck of the draw. If they happen to Google something where you're just taking it up the arse.
Well,
if
they Google good banner, we're in fucking all sorts.
Oh, yeah. Like if a corporate company were to Google good banter, and I'm here talking about, I don't know, shitting in a park and farting in a mic, I don't think they're going to go, that's the guy to do our end-of-year presentation.
Maybe there could be a few Germans overseas going, I want this guy to shit on me.
Yeah, these guys are good.
These guys are good.
These guys are real good.
Let's get them over, lock them in the basement,
Yeah,
and
we might be huge in
end
Germany.
up in rape dungeon.
So that's the story.
Reeperbahn.
That's the story behind this little.
So when was it published, Tommy?
I'm not great with years, but
no, you're not great with much.
Because it got more info. Can you, before we go in, can you sort of see how many views and shit it's got before we go into it?
Yeah, we sure can, mate. I'll get all the
good.
details. Hang on, mate. Hang on. So, and thanks
look,
for everyone who has signed up to the page. So some guy's done this for you?
No one's done this for me.
No, well, someone's
the fuck
put it
is
on their channel.
Pekamulfi.
Yeah, well,
He's got 27 subscribers.
This could just be a guy who's
Who is this guy? Because can you have something on YouTube that's not on someone's channel, or does it have to be on a channel?
Well, it's got to be on a channel. You got to upload it to a channel.
Well, I would have assumed it would have been Troy Kinne's channel because.
Well, no, it hasn't. It hasn't gone to Troy's
someone's
channel.
taken it.
So someone has stolen this. But hey, thanks for putting it up. It's got 2,000 views in 5 years ago.
So I think that's incorrect. So I think it's probably 13, 14 years old, and it may have had more views, but it's for some reason it's no longer on Kinne's page.
No.
I don't know how that happened.
Well, what happens was with this good broadcasting, I can put this clip I've put it into a converter, YouTube converter, and
Yeah.
then now I could post it if I wanted to, which
Oh, serious?
I'd probably lose subscribers, but yeah. So you can do whatever these days. So
There's Trev Marmalade. You know, my first gig on the Footy Show was I was writing jokes for Trev.
yes, Clang.
Yes,
Well
and
done.
had a
What year was that?
well, I've just said not great with years. But it was
What year did you get married?
was 12 years ago yesterday.
Which obviously was when. So that was
So
it's
20. Oh no, well that's an
2023.
easy one because at our wedding, it was in January. I made a reference in our vows to the drawn grand final. So that's an easy
2010.
way to remember. We got married in 2011.
I don't think you did.
Yeah, because the draw was 2010
Oh,
September.
how long ago? Did you get
Two-
married? 12.
So 2011 we got married.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because our vows were
So early 2011.
so it was January the whatever. Our when was your? Do you remember yours?
Yeah, 27th of July.
Ah, bastard.
Yeah, well, it was only a few months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, because our wedding vows were for better, for worse, sickness in health, win, losses, and of course draws.
Yes.
Which got a big laugh.
Big laugh,
Big
because
laugh.
you are mad Collingwood.
Mad pies.
Collingwood
And it was
Nuffy.
fresh. It had just happened, the drawn granny. So I remember once I started writing for Trev, and it was my very first night. I wrote for Trev, and I can't remember the joke. What was it?
Was it a Collingwood joke?
No. I can't for the life of me remember what it was, but it was something I'd put forward to.
That does not surprise me, Tommy.
I used to put forward about 40 ideas.
Yep.
I used to run with a handful of them every week. And anyway, so that was the Thursday night. The Footy Show was on. The next Tuesday, it was the Saturday night. We just played footy. I remember I was in the Caulfield change rooms down the Bear Cave, and I got a phone
Phone
call.
You're
It's
all
really
right.
hard to talk with these. I
Well,
don't need
maybe
these on,
take them
do
off
I?
while
Yeah.
we're not listening to anything. You retard.
I can only, when you can't hear yourself speak, you fumble over your words. I got a call from Russell Gilbert.
Gilbert.
And I go, "G'day, Russ, how you going?" He goes, "Not happy." I said, "Sorry, why not?" And he said, "I heard that you put one of my jokes forward to Trev, and Trev used it on the Footy Show." And I said, "What
joke, man?
what joke was that?" And he told me, "I can't remember." And I said, "Mate, I didn't know that was one of your jokes." He goes, "Mate, I've been doing it for years, and you put it forward to Trev, and without knowing,
He's burnt that joke.
live on air, Trev's done one of my jokes." He goes, "You've burnt one of my jokes. You've made Trev look like an idiot." And this was my first week at the Footy Show. I was going, "Fucking hell, mate, sorry." And he goes, "Oh, mate, it's pretty poor form." And I said, "Mate, I didn't know. I fucking swear to God, I didn't know." And he goes, "Oh, mate, not much can do now." And he hung up. And next time I saw him, it was fine. It's like it didn't even happen.
Probably didn't even know who you were.
No, Russell.
Yeah.
No, because I knew Russ because
Oh.
I did a gig out at the is this boring or is this half?
Well, if you remember the details, it's good.
Yeah, well,
It would be good if you remembered the joke.
well, I did a gig.
And
I
what
know
year
that
it was.
that joke would be important if I could remember that. But
Would be nice.
because I did a gig out at that pub that Luke Darcy owned that used to have the massive Sunday session.
Out at Maribyrnong, the bloody
Talking to
on
me,
the river. Fucking hell.
talking to me, he's like
The
playing
Anglers
a game
Tavern.
of
It's
of
like
guess who.
It's guess who. Yeah.
I give you pieces of the puzzle, and you got to piece it together.
Before you
Anglers Tavern.
Before you open your mouth, do you think, do I know where I'm going with this? Or do you
If I waited till I knew where I was going, I wouldn't speak. I'd be a mute. So I've got to start throwing shit out there, and hopefully it comes to me as I go.
Okay.
Anyway, so I've done a gig at the Anglers Tavern. They used to have a great comedy competition.
Yes.
And Russell Gilbert was the MC. This is early days. I was probably only 3 or 4 years in, and I think I might have came first or second in my heat.
How many of Russ's jokes did you use?
I did all of his routine.
Okay.
Yeah. He wasn't happy.
He was not happy.
No, but he came up to me and he goes, Tommy, mate, that was fantastic. It was the first time I met him. He goes, oh, mate, that bloody, I love it. You, what do you do with yourself? What do you do? And I said, oh, mate, I've just moved down here from the country. I'm just living in St Kilda, play a bit of footy. He goes, you like your footy, Tommy? You like your footy? And I said, yeah. And he goes, who do you barrack for? And I said, Collingwood. And he goes, Collingwood? I'm Bulldogs. He goes, we're bloody playing on Saturday. We're playing in the final. Tommy, I'll meet you gate
35.
Gate 4, bloody 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. I go, you serious? This is on a Thursday night. I thought, you serious? And he goes, mate, gate 4.
Have you got a ticket for me? I'll just meet you there.
Yeah, I'll meet you there, mate. Fucking no chance of getting in. It's a sellout, mate. But and I said, mate, all right. So I met Russell Gilbert off the back of about a 3-minute conversation at gate 4 before a qualifying elimination final between Western Bulldogs. I think we both know that's. But I remember it was the game where Brodie Holland at the opening bounce ran in off the bounce and picked off
Slammed Montgomery.
Yeah, and
that was big.
Hook, he was done.
Did you see it from outside gate 4?
No, I was listening to it on the radio.
Yeah.
No, but he got us. Mate, we had the best seats, and it was because he was hot back then. Russ,
he was big,
mate. He was a crack up. He was always on. We went to the toilet with him once, and he did a piss, and everyone's going Russ, and he was going around wiping his hands on everyone after doing a piss. He goes, sorry, mate, just pissed myself. Everyone was in stitches. He was just like a walking comedy machine.
But if you were that big though, I'd do stuff like that if people knew who I was.
Yeah.
Like you must find when you go to some clubs and they all know you as the suburban footballer, and even I found some of the Banditos, you sort of do something. You try and do something stupid. You ham it up a bit.
Yeah, ham it up. But he's unfortunately poor old Russ ain't doing so great at the moment.
I think his memory's still better than yours, though.
Yeah. He's probably sitting somewhere
and he's
going,
had 3 strokes.
telling the same story going, poor old Tommy's battling a bit.
He's battling a bit as drool runs down his cheek.
But he did something amazing. I did a gig with him in Albury-Wodonga once, and started the show as the MC, because it wasn't really stand-up as much. It was just chaos. It was he was running around. It was just shit going on all over the joint. He was doing little tricks, card tricks, and it was more of a performance than straight stand-up. And he ran up straight out and hugged everyone in the front row. And everyone was cheering. He's keeping the crowd, and he's going, let's keep it going. He's hugging everyone in the front row. And then he did 5 minutes of jokes, had the place in stitches, came off, brought on the first act, and I was standing backstage with him, and he goes, check this out. And he'd stolen 3 people's wallets, a guy's glasses, a phone, a heap of... hang on 2 seconds. Hi, Flinny. How you going? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You keep telling that. I'll get him some food.
All right. So little Flinny's here with us again. So it's we're doing the podcast, Flinny.
Yeah. Well, you keep telling the story. I'll find... What do you feel like, mate?
So what was I talking about?
What's he sort of like, Tommy?
What does he like to eat? Oh, he's a fussy eater. Bread and butter. Do you want bread and butter, Flynn?
You want some peanut butter?
Oh, he won't like peanut butter. No, he's very picky, old Flinny. The other 2 will eat anything, but he's a bit picky. We'll go out for some Flinny, if you just want something small, we can get some. We'll get something to eat on the way back, if you want. Anyway, so so he's knocked off all. He's knocked off everyone's shit, and then he went out in the second bracket and presented it to them all again, and they didn't know they had their wallets and stuff stolen. So it was pretty unbelievable stuff. Yeah, so he goes, yeah, mate, I've been doing it for years.
I found chocolate, so he's going to be going all day, mate.
A little beauty.
Yeah.
So he's a trained pickpocketer.
He'd go good in Europe.
Really well.
He's wasting his time in St Kilda, mate. Europe. That's where I've got a story I haven't told yet. I got pickpocketed while I was in Barcelona. I won't tell it on this. I'll maybe tell it on a live pod or something like that. It was good fun getting pickpocketed over there.
Oh, it's good stuff, isn't it? They can
just
really,
great.
They know what they're doing. Those
really
kids
pull the wool over your eyes.
Well, they're desperate.
Well, they are.
You never mess with someone that's desperate.
No.
I don't want to mess
no,
with
you
someone that's
don't.
got nothing to lose.
No, that's right. Like redheads.
Like redheads, nothing
Yeah.
to lose.
Anyway, should we bloody
Yeah, this is
get into this, mate?
That's
That's
a bit of a lengthy ep. So, first of all, I'll stress that this makes me physically sick. I haven't watched this.
Do you want a sick bag or?
I haven't watched this for probably 5 years, I reckon.
Right. So your headphones are a lot louder than mine. So
I remember it being longer than 9 minutes, so maybe this guy's.
cut it down. Maybe he got physically ill during
Yeah.
it. All right.
I
So
wonder
this
why
is
this cockhead would have put it on his page.
Nice.
Just anything to get the views. He's only got 27 subscribers, so I'm
Yeah,
not,
well, it's,
not taking the world by
yeah,
storm.
well, we're 204 on the Good Banter podcast.
It's got 7 likes.
Well, that's handy. All right. So here we go. So, okay. So I don't want to blow your ears out. So, all right.
All right.
If
here
you
we
want
go.
need to pause at any stage to explain anything, I can do that. All right.
Okay, what do you press?
Well, I press play
Okay,
and then pause.
Yep.
All
makes sense.
Here we go. Tom Siegert. It is Tom.
This is a classic. There's a very young, my wife there, and a very young Dave Thornton.
Monty Franklin.
Monty Franklin showing a bit of nip.
So this is a toga party.
Yep. If you just the punchlines coming in here, where's Tommy?
No, Tom. Toga party.
That's some,
Are they your natural ears?
yeah,
Mistake I have made.
one of them is they had to put on the other one. I've got a missing ear, obviously. I was green for about a week after that.
Wow. Imagine.
With,
That was pretty solid. How did they work out you were going to be the one?
It's the very funny Tom Siegert.
hell, young Hamish and Andy. Well, this is the famous. This is the famous gig, and we've talked about
We've
this.
spoken about this,
Yeah.
where
We're
Australia's
absolutely
funniest man.
FHM magazine.
How did you get picked for that?
Comics Lounge ran it, so they
Okay.
ran the heats. And Tony was great. Tony said, "We'll just get you boys through." So
Great.
So it was. I think it was.
So it's sort of what's that thing? It's a bit of corruption.
yeah. Oh, it was
before,
corrupt. It's real FIFA sort of stuff going
Yeah,
on
yeah.
at the FHM. Funniest man.
Well, Christina Davis got in there, so and
Yeah, well,
she's-
she was fresh out of Big Brother.
yeah, and a woman.
She was a ripping girl. Actually.
yeah, she looked good. She did she go into? She was a ballerina or something.
Christina
wasn't she?
Ballerina. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was lovely. So had a couple of representatives from each state, and well, this is the one where I famously just went blankety blank, and could not remember a thing, and they were very strict 5-minute deadline.
Yep.
And it was an absolute cock up. But obviously we don't show it
That's
here.
that. All right. So you want to hit this up?
Yep, get into it. Look at that top.
The mic. Lift the mic stand a bit high.
The mic stand is high, isn't it?
Hair's looking good, although it is sort
Starting
of
to
it's
creep
starting
back.
to go there. If we pause that
Went for a
there.
Sunday
Oh, this is
drive
gonna
to visit
fuck up.
my nana.
You can see the
But my
sweat
nana lives a
marks
fair
even on a
way away,
white
so to get there I had to
t-shirt.
take the
You've
highway.
almost got sort of a
Anyway, I was
mullet, just
driving
a
along,
small
and
sort
as
of.
I turned onto the highway, the first thing I noticed was this big red
What
sign
is wrong
that
with
said,
my
"Wrong
fucking
way,
head?"
Go back. And I thought to myself,
Not sure about
how
the
fuck
flavour saver
does
there,
that
mate.
sign know where my nana lives?
It's a real different persona
Are
I've
you
got
talking
going on,
like
isn't
this
it?
in regular life at that
Nah,
stage? Or?
it was a real
Listening
character
in on a
thing I had
couple's
going on.
conversation about how rude eavesdropping was. I leant over between the two and said, I tend to agree. Ever find yourself
Nice joke.
Look, it's a solid
sitting at
bit.
a
It's
Good
seedy
clever.
joke.
bar
It's a good
in
joke.
a dodgy little town somewhere in Texas? Don't. And I repeat, don't.
In the
I've always-
background there,
For
they
a
should have just drawn
cock-sucking
a
cowboy.
cock on your head instead of just a little one. Just drawn a cock on your head.
Man, did I regret
See,
that.
I still like this joke, but because everyone
As you
thinks,
can
it's a
imagine
joke
my
about the
disgust.
It's gay.
gay
When
reference.
after only a few minutes, the
Go
bartender
on the old
returned,
switcheroo.
carrying a fucking shot glass filled with Baileys and butterscotch schnapps.
When did you sort of get to a point where you thought, I'm going to lose this fucking stupid voice?
I was like,
Whoa.
dude, there seems to be a bit of a misunderstanding.
What am I doing? That's fucking embarrassing. She's enjoying it.
Well, I think she's
All
going
I
that
was
they've given
after
the
was a
special
blowjob
needs kid a
from
go.
redneck.
So this was after I'd had my
Meltdown.
blank. So the crowd's on side. They're just praying that I can get through.
They must have thought this guy could be literally special needs.
It's, yeah. But do they still have cocksucking cowboys?
Yeah, they do.
Would the joke still work?
It would still work, yeah.
So this was a big thing we did
Canyon on.
when we started out on the Comedy Channel. It was
When I was young, my mum used to say that the rudest you could do during dinner was to sit
I like
with
my
your
hair there.
elbows on the table.
Yeah, it's sort of, you
The night
got a
I
bit
dipped
of
my
flair.
balls in the gravy, she said, "Tom, I stand corrected."
go.
The
I
other
like my
day,
nuggets top.
I got
Yeah,
my
that's
penis
vintage.
caught in my
Bit of
zipper.
nostalgia.
Yeah. 'Twas
You
stuck
playing
for
footy at this
3
stage?
long
Oh, yeah.
hours.
There's no
And good
real
footy.
This was most
Yeah,
embarrassing.
you've done
It's even
all right
more
with no
embarrassing
sort of
considering
definition
I
in
was
the
handling
arms
time,
there. You weren't lifting
and
many,
it was the
doing many
zipper
bicep
on
Oh,
curls.
I've never lifted a. I've always had sausage arms.
Yeah,
Not a happy
tell
camper.
that.
Look at the backdrop there. Oh, this is
Your hair's looking pretty thick there.
it's really thick. It's almost a helmet.
And I was sitting at
Looks
home
like
by
a Lego
myself,
head.
secretly Googling for porn. The Google would remember that.
You literally have
And the next
changed.
time she was using Google, it would dub on me.
What?
Try and get me in the shit. Like the time she was Googling for Dirty Dancing tickets. She'd only typed 3 letters and Google said, "Oh, you must mean Dirty Teen Sluts." Because that's the site Tom was on yesterday.
That is
Look
no
at those
good.
sideys.
Yeah, they're
Be
good.
careful. Because there's a new product
Dressed
on
like I'm in the
market
fucking Beastie
that's
Boys.
still moisturising, yeah, but with one major
I've still got that
difference.
jacket. Can I pull that off now?
And now has a
Oh,
built-in tanning
mate.
solution.
Or you're daggy, Dad. You could do whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit hard explaining to your girlfriend
Why am I yelling so
why in
much?
the middle of June
What are they fucking 400 metres away?
Well, you got a microphone. Maybe put
your
it up
balls look
closer
like
to
they
your
just got back
mouth.
from the Bahamas.
I'm just so intense, so
The
unlikable.
eyes, no, you're not unlikable. Yeah, so this is the footy show. Did you really do a hammy?
No, that was Gary Lyon.
Ah,
And the hamstring is torn off the bone.
Jaber.
Tom, did you realise?
And that's why we've got our ham off the bone special running already.
You wrote that sketch? Or did Russ?
Why do I feel the need to just press my chin into my chest? Like that.
Got the double chin up.
Yeah, it's like I want everyone to think I've got 8 chins.
Tommy, we appreciate it, mate. Very crisp from you.
Thanks, guys. And we've also got an all-you-can-eat breakfast, which, like Gary, you won't even get close to finishing.
Oh, gross.
What's that joke about?
About his, he didn't finish the race.
Oh, so that was.
Now, we are going to share
El,
something with
El
you
Cheapo
that
was the
all
pilot.
men do, and
Right.
some women may have noticed. You can tell how
Cheapo.
drunk
Is
a
that a
guy
play
is
on words
getting
from
at a
El
party
Chapo?
simply by
El-
how early
Not
he
sure.
starts
But this
to
is a joke
undo
I
his
tried to do a
pants
while
on
back.
the
I
way to
still
the
think it's
toilet.
got legs.
To illustrate this, we've got some footage from an
but we
actual party
turned it into a
where our good mate
sketch
Tom
instead.
Siegert was attending. If you look at the back here, you
So
might
where's
see
this
Tom
filmed?
making an appearance. Yep, there he
Some
is.
hall
Nice
in
white
Hampton,
suit.
I think
Yep,
it
he's
was.
off on his first run here.
So
We'll
the
see
theory
where he
is
starts
you
the
can tell how
undo
pissed
about
someone is by how
there.
early they
Yep.
start undoing their
Yeah,
belt.
About 3
that's-
feet
that's
away from the
true.
door. Personally, I think he can do better than this.
Yeah, it's too early on to judge him just yet. He's probably only had
Your
about 11
suit,
beers
or
at this
did you
stage.
borrow that
No,
off some
no,
mafia
that was the
hitman?
costume
Had a chance to
department.
stretch
So,
his legs, couple
yes,
more
this is a
drinks in
pilot.
him.
Geez, we
Let's
did
see his
some
second attempt
pilots.
here. Come on,
And
Tommy, what do you got for us?
never,
Brilliant. Oh,
Any
great.
air
never saw the light of
hostesses?
day, this one.
Brilliant. Look, he is about 10 feet away from the door, and where he starts
So
the undo
few
from here will
so many
really
pilots
show
must
his
get
form.
made, and so few.
Oh.
Like we had a big
Very early.
launch,
That
we had a
is
big
impressive.
dinner, and
That's
it was going to be
impressive on
huge.
second
And
hours
then
early.
And notice
It
his
doesn't
go
underhand
anywhere.
technique. The JFK
Well,
to the
nothing,
back
nothing
and to the
came
left.
from it.
Yeah, well, Dave O'Neill, he
Back
paid 30
and
grand.
to the left.
Don't-
Yeah, look, he's
To
a
do his
seasoned
own
pro. He will
pilot
have a
for-
bag of tricks. He may even bring out the old
Yeah.
give-go.
We
Yeah,
got
here it goes.
flown, Monty,
Giving
Troy,
the
and
pass.
I.
There you
We
go,
got
mate,
flown
and
to
off
New
he
Zealand
goes. Look, he's
once
already
for 2 weeks, fully paid for. We did a
So that
tour,
would have cost about maybe
tour of
$200.
yeah, 200. But we did everything. We
He's drunker than I thought.
played
Oh,
rugby
you're
with the
kidding
All
me. He
Blacks.
hasn't.
We
Look
did
at
all
this.
this
There you
stuff.
Empty
All
glass.
record, not good.
Toss him around.
Troy got
He's
knocked
got
out.
them now. Look at the cock,
Yeah,
look at the
right.
strut.
Yeah, they put him in a
Headlock.
sumo
Thing is, he's
suit,
not even done yet,
and it was
Hey,
the
Brandon.
under 19 All Blacks.
And they're fucking massive
Oh,
anyway.
massive. And we thought they were going to be kids. And one of them ploughed Kinne, knocked him out cold.
He is taking us to another place.
They had
No,
Kinne.
he's not.
It's,
Yeah.
interesting trip.
Look at this. This is
So who are these? Are these extras?
these are
or-
extras. Yeah.
So they're like, and extras are weirdos, but I reckon they're going, this Tom guy
Look
is
at that chest here.
fucking body back,
Give
man.
it go. Haven't
It's just-
seen this for a while. Give it the pants. Off he goes. Look at this.
Look at him, impressing
He's
everyone.
loving
Giving it a bit of that on the dance floor.
Jesus,
He's
that's
a
a bad rig.
Very, very impressive.
And you said you were playing
Such a man.
Mate, I was the
Willing to
fittest
bring
guy in the
other
league.
people into the celebration.
I was the fittest guy in the competition.
Were ya?
Hands down, the fittest guy in the
Oh,
competition.
Jesus. Did anyone do a pre-season?
I did. Mate, I was a machine.
Did you do a sit-up?
Run all day. I never did a sit-up, never did weights. I just ran.
Yes.
I was recently having a conversation with my lady. We're talking about us, about our relationship. And I said, oh, hey, baby cakes, what's it like for you when we make love? Is it good? She looked deep into my eyes and she said, Tom, when we make love, it's like time stands still. And I said, oh, yeah? Please elaborate. And she said, well, for example, last Thursday night we started making
Eyebrows are
love at
looking good.
7:32. And
Not
you
a bad array of
finished, I
Adidas
looked at the
jackets,
clock
and that.
it was still
I reckon I
7:32.
started that mullet. I reckon I started the mullet.
She said,
That's
"More
Troy's
questions,
mum, man.
Romeo?" And I said,
Yeah,
"That'll do."
she's enjoying it. Got the ninths going.
Ooh, what do we got to finish off here?
Oh, that's
Tom
it.
Siegert. All right.
Well,
I reckon if
Mate, that got me horned up.
Well-
I'm thinking if I'm looking for a comedian, back in the day, that's pretty big though.
what was
That's pretty
Look,
cutting
it
edge.
probably didn't look too
Cutting edge.
Probably didn't look too
You
bad.
got a few
but
sketches in there. You got a couple of jokes. You've got you looking like you've been dropped on your head as a kid.
just out of curiosity, can you go to Google and Google Tom Siegert?
No. All right, I'll do it. This is going to be good. For
Maybe just see.
Google
so
or YouTube.
YouTube. So you're in.
So, yes,
So I'm a corporate organisation. We're having a big function. We're having a seminar.
Des
we
says,
got a couple of.
do you want to go Tom Siegert comedian?
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah.
Tom
We'll,
Siegert?
we'll go Tom Siegert comedian because that comes up. So we'll click on that.
So click on this.
And what are they saying?
Well, they're seeing some YouTube ads.
Yeah, they're
And-
saying that. So that's the
and
first thing that comes up.
Yeah, so that's not great from 5 years ago.
No.
You want something a little more relevant.
You got a bit of sports bet stuff
Oh,
there, but
men's change rooms has popped up. That's
Wow,
what I
wee.
posted. I know how to get the bloody views
yeah,
up, mate.
and that's what you don't want. That Darwin Comedy Club. So someone's put that
That's
up
12 years ago.
12 years ago. That was an outdoor.
Oh, here's your original comedy reel.
Okay.
Yeah, 923. That's on Kinne's channel.
Okay, so who's this cockhead? That's
Well, maybe it could have been your dad. Has he got a YouTube channel?
he wouldn't know how to. I don't know.
Well, the apple
He
doesn't
certainly
fall
hasn't got a
far
YouTube
from the
channel.
tree, mate.
Anyway, I reckon that's. Is that another episode?
That's an episode of good broadcasting.
Yeah, I think maybe it was interesting, maybe it
that's-
wasn't.
Mate, that's good. It's
Something
interesting.
different.
Fuck, these things do fuck
Oh,
all.
yeah. This is it's a
This is
nightmare.
no good. We're gonna sort our shit out there. But hey, yeah. Once again, hit us up with a few different ideas that you've got for good broadcasting.
If it's look, it might be again. Could be the last 3 minutes of Kobe's
Game.
Kobe's last game. It
Could be maybe my wedding video. I'll see if I'll run that by the boss and see if we could maybe shit can that.
Is that a tough sell? What do you reckon your chance of getting that across the line?
It depends what sort of state she's in at some stage. But also she doesn't watch it, listen to the podcast. So I could if I just said on this, don't tell Kristen that
I reckon it'd get back to her.
probably might.
Will she come to the live show?
I reckon she'll probably find something better to do that
Yeah.
day.
I'm going to ask Tammy not to attend the live show.
Don't attend the live show. But everyone else attend the live show.
Oh, bloody oath.
I don't know when this comes out as
Yeah.
far as how ticket sales are going. But it's probably sold out by now. So we'll
Yeah.
see you there.
See you there.
Thanks, that's another episode of
Good
Good Broadcasting.